Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome to my next demonstration of preamps. This time, basically what I'm doing is I have 3 preamps. I've already done one of them. I did the Sun Model T last time. You can check the link in the description if you'd like to see that one. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to run the preamps into my Blackheart Little Giant 5 first, see how they sound on a couple of settings. Then I'm going to plug them into the Electro Harmonix 22 caliber power amp instead and see how that changes the sound. So, like I said, I did the Model T already. Today we're going to be doing the Laney Supergroup 100 preamp, and I've even chucked a Catalan bred Naga Viper in front of it, just for the hell of it. So, yeah, everything's all set up. We're going to start with the Blackheart Little Giant 5. And so, hope you enjoy and hope it's a little informative for you. Alright guys, just so you can see, here's what I've got going on. That is the Naga Viper, and as you can see, the boost is up halfway. We're not using the heat at all. And the range is more towards the bass side, because that's apparently what Tony Iommi used to do with his Rangemaster. He got it modified for extra bass, so that's what we're trying to simulate here. And this isn't going to be any sort of accurate Black Sabbath kind of stuff, so if you're looking for that, you might want to look elsewhere. I'm just approximating my own settings, and I don't expect it will sound very much like Iommi, but take that as you may. Anyway, there's the Laney Supergroup 100 preamp, and just like the last video, we're going to start with the volume cranked and all the controls at noon, with the switch selecting both channels at once. And then we're going to crank both gains as well as the volume and see how that works. After that, I'll kick in the boost as it is, and we'll see what that does. And then we will switch over to the 22 caliber and do the same thing over again. So, here we go. Alright, so here's the clean sound on the bridge pickup. And here's the Supergroup by itself. So you can hear it's got that dynamic thing again, where you pick really light and it gets fairly clean. But if you dig in, you get some overdrive. So I guess let's hear that with the boost. Alright, so pretty cool gain structure, I suppose, and it sounds very amp-like, to me anyway. What do I know? Anyway, let's crank the gains on the Supergroup and see what we get there. So now we're going to start getting pretty loud. So we're getting loud enough to get some feedback, and yeah, I like that sound. So let's get really ridiculous and see what the boost does to it. Gives us a bit more sustain, so it doesn't take, or it takes a little longer to go into feedback. But yeah, that's pretty. I love that sound. Anyway, let me switch it over to the 22 caliber power amp, and we'll see how that changes the sound. Back in a few minutes. All right, so as you can see, the Little Giant is now off. We're running straight into the 22 caliber power amp, and that's going via speaker cable straight into the PV412. So I've reset the Supergroup so that the volume's cranked and all the rest of the controls are at noon. We're still on both channels. The Naga Viper is unchanged, and so here's what the clean sound sounds like now. So not really that much different, I suppose. So let's try the Supergroup now. So it still has that clean dynamic where you pick lighter and it gets cleaner. Only this time it's so much louder that it's rattling stuff in my room, so it's kind of hard to tell how clean it gets. But you still get that overdrive when you dig in. It's just not as much overdrive as you were getting through the Blackheart. So, let's boost that. So, super quick feedback now, and even louder than before. So it's starting to get out of control now. So let's we got rid of the boost, we're back to this. And let's crank the gains and see how many people we can annoy. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I have a couple of small amps that I built that are actually getting moved by the vibration from the cabinet. Let me move the camera so you can see that. It's pretty funny to me. And hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I can replicate that. I don't know if you can tell, but you should be able to tell, but yeah, they were moving. That's how loud it is in here right now. So let's go the last step and we'll boost it with the Naga Viper. Okay, that was a little too ridiculous. So crazily loud, and again the 22 caliber power amp is at roughly 7 o'clock, so it's hardly on really, and it's so much louder than the Little Giant 5. I mean, it's really cool to see though how powerful these power amps can get, even at, I mean, when you put them into the Blackheart, they just keep overdriving the Blackheart, so instead of getting more volume you get more distortion. But when you put them into a clean power amp like this with more power and therefore more headroom, it takes so much longer for them to break up that you end up just blasting the room. So it is super fun, and I like these comparisons. I still have one more left to do, so look forward to that if you like this one. And if you wanted to see the Model T, once again there'll be a link in the description if you want to see the video for that one. Anyway, that's it for me for now, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you later.